While running a business takes your client's money, scaling a business takes other people's money. Here's the top 3 ways to use a transactional lender to fund your next EMD. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the top 3 ways you can use a transactional lender to fund your EMD. So number 1 is using EMD to scale your business. Number 2, using EMD to negotiate better terms. And number 3, using EMD to buy yourself some time. Now, I've used EMD to get each of these benefits for myself when I was wholesaling and for buyers when I first started lending. And my hope is that by the end of this video, you'll be a little bit more clear on how to use transactional funds as a resource to grow rather than seeing it as just another debt that your business takes on. So let's start with number 1, using EMD to scale. It's important that you know that you don't go searching for a transactional lender to help you fund your earnest money if you're not ready to scale. It's not very beneficial to your business and it'll be more of a cost than it is a benefit. For instance, I work with a flipper here who's scaling her business from 1 to 3 deals a month to 3 to 5 deals a month. This is very crucial for her because 3 to 5 deals a month of $5,000 EMD turns out to be $15,000 to $25,000 per month that she has to put aside to these smaller transactions just to lock the deals up. So it's beneficial to her to go outsource these funds to someone else so she doesn't have $15,000 to $25,000 sitting every month that she could put towards other marketing and lead generation for her business. So number 2, using EMD to negotiate better terms. This one strikes a hard point for me because I was a wholesaler as well. I wholesaled cash deals, but I also wholesaled creative deals. Now, when you're wholesaling cash deals, most times the pain points for the sellers having to go through a divorce or getting their house foreclosed on, you're now providing a service to them to get them out of that situation. And the pain point alone is enough to say, hey, I can help you out. And negotiating with earnest money is not really the tactic. Typically, you're putting $100 to $500 down on those types of deals, and you're flipping them to an end buyer that can fix and flip it fairly quickly. So I get it. This is not for that type of deal. But eventually in your wholesale business, in today's market, you will have to move to creative finance to negotiate terms on some of the leads that you're going to be bringing in through your wholesale pipeline. You don't want to be missing out on the creative finance terms when you can add extra income to your wholesale business. Using EMD to negotiate better terms on these creative offers, typically these properties have very low equity and an agent is involved so that they can sell it at the highest price that the market could possibly get. They have to go through their marketing channels to help that seller sell it at that price. So when you're speaking with an agent, the best thing that you can do is put down more earnest money. This helps them know that even if you're an investor, they understand that as an investor, your money has to consistently move. So being able to put a large amount down on that property gives them the security that they need to understand that you're confident and credible to get this deal done. Trust me, they won't have these feelings if you're asking to put down $100 or $500 or even just $1,000 on a property that may be worth $300,000 or more. So using earnest money to negotiate terms, there is one more caveat that I'd like to bring up, and that's just making sure that you're being honest when it comes to being able to put down that earnest money, that larger earnest money for that deal. What I mean by this is if you're going to be putting down a larger earnest money deposit, make sure that it's because you're actually confident that you can sell that deal to a buyer that you have in that market. Now, the last way to utilize a transactional lender to fund your earnest money is to use earnest money to buy yourself some time. An example of this is I was working just a couple weeks ago with a buyer on a mobile home park, and he came to me asking for $10,000 for earnest money deposit. When I told him I needed these certain securities in place, like having the earnest money refundable during the due diligence period, and that I needed the due diligence period to be a little bit longer, he went back to the seller with this information. The seller immediately asked for another $10,000. That $10,000 would then buy him the time on that due diligence period to get the funds that he needed to close this deal. So with all of those things in place, the $10,000 initially and then the $10,000 to extend came out to a total of $20,000 EMD that he needed. And again, going back to scaling with earnest money, he is already scaling in purchasing more and more mobile home parks for his portfolio. All of his funds were out on other earnest money deposits for those deals. So I was able to get him the $20,000 that he needs. He got me the security that I needed, and this is going to be a deal that closes hopefully here in the next couple weeks. So with that, if you're at this level in your business and you're finding yourself ready to scale by closing and acquiring more deals, ready to negotiate for higher assignments or larger profits, or you just need to buy yourself some time to work with that seller for a little bit longer, please don't hesitate to use the link in the description below to submit your next deal, or feel free to DM me over on Instagram at its.jamie I would love to connect with you and see how I can help you guys scale, negotiate, or buy yourself some time using Earnest Money funds. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video.